Hey, welcome back to the Six Figure Mastermind. Today we're going to talk about how to earn six figures without a college degree. I'm going to walk you through how I did it, so stay tuned. So much to be said about having a college degree. And I just want you to know right out the bat that I'm not going to poo-poo on education or higher education at all. In fact, if I'm going to have a doctor operate on my leg, and I did, he put a metal plate and 8 screws in there, you better believe I want him to have a college degree, preferably in medicine, right? There are certain careers that you want to get a college degree in. I'm just going to put that out there, like lawyers and doctors, just to name a couple. But that being said, I got to tell you, I came from a family that valued education probably second to family loyalty alone, okay? It was like family loyalty and college education. In fact, I hesitate to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. They used to measure, and maybe they still do, they used to measure education based on a 0 to Eldridge level, okay? And say, where is this person on the spectrum of intelligence? And they would say, from 0 to Eldridge, they're about a 9. Okay, so I'm just saying that to tell you that education was so highly valued in my family. Every one of my siblings has a college degree, and I've got 10 kids in my family, okay? I'm the only one who does not have a degree, okay? And get this, I went for 10 years to university. I went to school for 10 years after high school, and I left the university without a degree. I gotta tell you something. When I was going to school, I was trying to do it all. I had 4 kids, 1 on the way. I was pregnant going to university throughout my entire childbearing experience, which meant I was trying to, take care of my body. I was trying to take care of a family at home. My husband at the time was working. I was working, and I'm going to school. I mean, this is so familiar for all of you until one day my professor walks up to me and he says, "Marianne, you have a business. You're already doing what all of these kids are here learning how to do. Why are you here? You should probably go." And I thought about that, and then I thought about sitting in my Italian class because it was one of my required general classes, and I'm 3 months pregnant trying to learn passato prossimo. I thought about the class about framing where I had to learn how to create picture frames. I remembered my class that I failed the first time and nearly failed the second time. I thought about all of these things that were eating up my time. And as I considered time to be my most valuable resource, because think about this, time is the one thing you can't buy more of and you can't get back. You and I have 24 hours in a day. No one has any more, no one has any less, from the richest man on the hill to the lowest man in the gutter. We all have 24 hours in a day. And I was spending 8 hours of it at university while trying to run a business, while trying to be a parent, while trying to have a social life, I mean, heaven forbid, right? While trying to do all of these things. And I thought, I guess I don't need a degree to do what I want to do. Think about how degrees and universities came about in the first place, okay? Just think about it for a minute. Rewind the clock to when the United States was new, to when we didn't have universities, and when the concept and an idea of Yale and Harvard and these amazing Ivy League schools started to come about. Why did they come about? Because some brilliant people got together and they said, you know what? We know stuff. And we feel like other people should know stuff too. And in fact, other people are asking us about stuff. So maybe we should teach them some stuff. And maybe we should even put an institution together with buildings and classrooms. And you and I can write textbooks and we can teach stuff through books. And then people can come learn stuff from us. And then, wait a second, they can pay us to learn stuff. And then that started this whole idea of getting a college degree, right? These universities started to pop up everywhere. There were universities on the East Coast that people would send their children to, and then those people would create universities out in the Midwest, and then finally over on the West Coast, when we have universities all across the country. And now, fast forward to the 21st century, we have universities online now, you guys. Like, you don't even have to go to school to go to school. You can go to school on your computer and get a degree that way if you want to. So how do you earn 6 figures without doing all of that? Think about what I said about those people that were first building universities. When that first thought that said, "Hey, guess what? We can even charge people to teach them what we know." Imagine if you had been there on the cusp of higher learning. I can tell you something, you are right now, and maybe you don't even know it. Higher learning is higher learning, whether it happens in a university, a college, a state university, or in your living room. It's higher learning. If you know something that someone else doesn't know, then you can step into a coaching space with them and teach them what you know. People do it all the time. It's called mentorship, okay? And remember what I said, there are certain things that you need to go to university for, but even in that realm, you better believe that the expert clinician, the expert surgeon is having students come in and do surgeries, watch surgeries, and apprentice surgeries with him. When you become a mentor, that's who you become. You become the expert surgeon, but before you do, before you can be good at something, you have to be willing to stink at it first. And when you're stinking at it, that's when you get a mentor. That mentor can teach you how to become excellent at it. When you become excellent at it, then guess what? You step out of the student realm into the mentor realm, and you can start building your own coaching business. You can start teaching people the stuff that you know. You can start writing books about the stuff that you know, and then you can start teaching the stuff that you know to people that want to know the stuff that you know. And you can ask for money and compensation in return for that. That's how many people across the country are building 6, 7, and even 8-figure businesses without having a college degree. You don't have to have a college degree to be credible. You just have to have results. As soon as you start gathering results, that's when you can start charging people to learn what you know. So let me break it down for you. 6 figures, the initial 6 figures is $100,000. How much do you need to make every month in order to make $100,000 a year? So just for simple math's sake, I've done it for you. It's $8,400 every single month. So we're going to divide that up into 4.3 weeks because every month has approximately 4.3 weeks. So this is what you ask yourself. How much do I need to make every single week to make $8,400 a month to make $100,000 in a year? Well, if you break $8,400 down by 4.3, that means roughly you need to make $2,000 a week. Now you can break that up into as many work days as you decide. Maybe you work a 5-day work week, maybe a 6 or a 7-day work week. You can divide that 2,000 into whatever number you need to create that 2,000 every week. The next step is to get your product out the door. Whether it's an affiliate product, maybe you are a huge fan of someone else's work and you want to say, oh my gosh, I believe in your product so much, I'm going to take your product, I'm going to sell it to people, and I'm going to get a commission from that and create my own income that way. Or maybe you even have your own product that you put together that you can get out the door and that you create 100% of the profits from. All you need to do is figure out what that product is, how much it costs, how many you need to sell to make $2,000 a week at least, and boom, you've got a 6-figure income. If you want to learn what it takes to make a 6-figure income and you know that I can help you along the way, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. Hit up the link in the description, contact me, and let's put together a game plan customized for you. Before you leave, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell so you'll be notified of our next video when it comes out, and I'll talk to you soon.